Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl eToro, aka I See You Glam, and we are back for another episode of Cooking with Chloe. Cha cha cha. We are back today making another one of my faves, and I've been saying this every episode, but this is really one of my faves. We are going to be making a nut seed butter. If you're wondering what a nut seed butter is, it's pretty much the equivalent to peanut butter, but just without the peanuts. And I'm not a peanut butter fan, so when I saw this on the shelves in the stores, I was like, I can make this. I need this. This seems like something I would like. So we are here gonna make a little bit of our own. So if you're interested to learn how I make my nut seed butter, then stay tuned. Let's get it started. First things first, I'm gonna run through the ingredients we're gonna use today. And of course, like I always say, you can adjust this to your preference and things that you like. I'm gonna be using cashews, almonds roasted, flax seeds, some chia seeds, sunflower seeds, and then I will be using some agave and cinnamon to taste, but we'll do that as we go. Now this is super easy. Depending on the type of mixture that you have, I'm using my NutriBullet. If my Vitamix was working, I would definitely use the Vitamix because it blends nut butters really creamy, but I'm using what I have on hand, and I'm gonna show you guys that you can do this with a NutriBullet. You can do it with an ordinary blender. It just may take a little bit more time, so keep that in mind. So first up, we're gonna blend our nuts together without the seeds. As a rule of thumb, when I'm making my butters, I generally add about a cup of each nut that I'm using, and I'll blend them till I get that buttery kind of consistency. Since I'm only using cashews and almonds and some sunflowers today, I think I'll do a cup of the cashews, a cup of the almonds, and then probably about a half a cup of the sunflower seeds. Let's go. So we've got our cashews, we've got our almonds, and then we've got our sunflower seeds. I'm going to blend these together until I get that buttery kind of, you know, like peanut butter, almond butter, smooth kind of consistency. Depending on how well it mixes, I may or may not add some melted coconut oil. That's what I have in here, but we're just gonna blend the nuts. I'll be right back. So after the first few blends, I don't know if you guys can tell, my butter is starting to clump together. You can kind of see the clumps coming together here. Everything is powdered, but it still needs to come together in full butter form. So I am gonna add a little bit of coconut oil just because I already know I'm gonna need it. Let's say that's about a teaspoon of coconut oil. We'll do 2 teaspoons. There's a lot of nuts in there. So I'm gonna put these back to blend one more time, and then we'll see where we are. So this is what it looks like after we've added those 2 tablespoons of the coconut oil. It's starting to come together a little bit more, but I'm gonna help it a little bit by adding a little bit more coconut oil. One thing to keep in mind as you're blending the nuts together, you will have to like scrape down the sides of it. It will get clumped up kind of near the blade so that you're making sure that they're evenly blended. So let's try this one more again. So here's an example of what I meant by the butter getting stuck to the sides. Just take your spatula, push it down, set it back on the blender, let it do its thing. We're getting somewhere. I'm also gonna take the scrapes from the bottom of the blender because this is also gonna block your blender from moving. So you wanna make sure each time you stop it, you're taking out what's under. A little bit more coconut oil to smooth out the blend. Okay, so this is what my nut butter is looking like now after that last blend, and I just wanna get the spatula to show you guys. It is now nice and thick, but more creamy, like you would find a traditional nut butter. Now, this part also goes a lot up to like what your personal preference is. If you like your nut butters a little bit more on the chunky side, then you don't want to process it too much. If you like your nut butters super smooth and creamy, then go ahead and blend it up until it's super creamy and smooth. I like mine a bit chunky, so this is good for me. So now moving on to the seeds. I'm going to be using chia seeds and flax seeds, and I use just under a tablespoon of each. So these are my chia seeds. Actually, I like a lot of chia seeds, so I'm gonna use a full tablespoon of chia seeds. Y'all don't listen to me, because everything I say I'm gonna do, sometimes I don't do it. Then we take the flax seeds, tablespoon as well, and I'm also going to add at this point my agave and my cinnamon. So I eyeball it, to be very honest with you. I probably use, let's see, 2 dashes of cinnamon, and the agave also up to your personal preference, how sweet or not so sweet you like your nut butters to be. I like mine to be like semi-sweet, and agave is a pretty strong sweetener, so I'll only add maybe about will say about 2 teaspoons of agave. 1, 2. Now you can also add like vanilla extract if you like your nut butter to be a little bit more on the vanilla side. I want to taste the full strength of the nuts in my nut butter, so I'm not gonna add all that, but by all means, be my guest. Now we blend again, but this time we don't have to blend as long because all we're doing right now is blending the seeds to really just incorporate them into the mix. So that's what I'm gonna do, and we'll see how it turns out. This is the before, if you guys can see. Can you see? Can you see? Yes. And then I'll show you guys the after. Now I've just taken it off the blender, and it wasn't sweet as I wanted it to be, so I added about a tablespoon more of agave. I'm gonna add 2 pinches more of cinnamon. And at this point, I can just use my spoon and just mix it up, quite honestly. I don't want to overblend my nuts and have it to be too creamy and smooth. So we're just gonna mix up like this, and you guys, I think we're onto something. Okay guys, let's see how we did. Ooh, we made something. I like my nut butters to have a little crunch to them, and baby, we sitting on 100 right now. And here you guys have it. This is so good. Like right now, I'm about to slice up my apple, dip it in my nut butter, my nut seed butter. I'm lit right now. The agave, cinnamon, perfect. A really easy recipe you can keep in your kitchen at all times because you use it for your apples, use it for your oatmeal, use it anywhere that you like to have peanut butter, maybe on a slice of bread, on a slice of toast, on a bagel. This John right here, y'all gonna have to start paying me, I swear. Thank you guys so much for joining your girl for another episode of Cooking with Chloe. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. Till next time, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.